The nutrients that gave me my life back. Are you fed up with taking pain pills or non-steroidal anti-inflammatories every day just to move in the morning, let alone be able to work out or exercise again? I know exactly what it feels like because I have been there too. Look, I have suffered from right knee arthritis and pain and low back pain, and this has been something that has been bothering me actually for quite a few years. Now, I'd like to share with you a little bit about what happened with me. So, going all the way back to my high school days, I suffered a knee injury. I actually ended up hurting both of my knees my senior year and tore some cartilage in my left knee, meniscus, and had some surgery. No more than literally 6 weeks later, when I was wrestling, I tore cartilage in my right knee and had surgery on that. And it all healed up. But then as I got through college, I started to engage in the sport of powerlifting. Weightlifting had always been really important to me. It had always been really big on trying to stay healthy. And so I got into the sport of powerlifting, and that sport was so much fun because you could lift as much weight as you want and as much as you could, and you just did it based on your body weight, and it was so much fun. You competed in the squat, the bench press, the deadlift. It was really, really cool. And what happens though is when you're pushing your body that hard, you eventually get hurt. And that happened to me back in 1999. I actually tore some cartilage in my right knee. Now this was different though. This was a different kind of pain because I still remember what happened was I was in the gym and I was actually getting ready. I was getting ready training for a national competition that was upcoming in Chicago. And I had just placed second at the Lifetime Drug-Free Powerlifting Nationals in St. Louis that year before in '98. And second place finish. I was really eyeing towards trying to take that number one spot. I was nationally ranked, and I was just really churning away with my workouts and with my training program. But one day I was in the gym and I was warming up and I just twisted wrong and just a little bit out of form, and I felt this pain, this sharp pain in my right knee. And that pain, it got worse, and at first I ignored it and I continued to train through it like, yeah, we're never supposed to do that, I know. But when you're getting ready for a national competition, you're kind of doing what you have to do. And the next thing I know is this pain, it wouldn't let me squat. It was waking me up at night. I couldn't go up and down stairs. And at that time, I was squatting over 700 pounds, if you could believe that. I was also weighing in a body weight of over 290 pounds back in those days. So I'm like 100 pounds lighter. So what you see right now was not the way I was back in '99. But the pain just started to limit me. I couldn't squat and get my workouts in. When I was used to handling those heavier weights, it just felt like a knife was going through there. And I started just living on ibuprofen and Motrin and non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, and every day I was taking more and more just to be able to lift. And finally I had enough, and I went to an orthopedic surgeon friend of mine, and we took a look at it. We ended up doing he did a knee scope and found that I had torn off a chunk of cartilage off the femur, and it's what's called the articular cartilage. And so he did a procedure that some of you may know this. It's called a microfracture. So what he did is where it had torn off of the bone, he kind of isolated that and trimmed it back, and then he drilled these little holes into the bone, which fractures it, creates this bleeding blood clot, which then the stem cells within that form this fibrocartilage patch. Now, it's not the same thing as the original cartilage, but it at least covers that exposed bone. Well, what I found out was over time, it doesn't really, it fixes the problem for day-to-day life, but it really keeps you from being able to get back into those higher level of competitions. And that knee injury ended my powerlifting career. And even though I could walk and I could climb steps, I continued to have pain on and off. So from 1999 all the way until 2016, I had right knee pain that was advancing with some early arthritis, and I couldn't run, I couldn't jump. If I did get down on my hands and knees and I went to play with my kids, it would bother me. It would create pain. I would pay for that. I couldn't go like water skiing and snow skiing, and there were times where I would wake up and step out of bed in the morning and it would snap, crackle, pop, and it would really hurt, And, I started gaining weight. I even got heavier. And it just impacted my life in such a negative way. And, at that point, I was kind of at the end of my rope. And I just kind of accepted, well, this is just how my knee's going to be. I've got some arthritis. I had this injury back in '99, and it's just how it is, And then I was introduced by a friend of mine to this joint supplement. And a joint supplement was Joint NutriCare. And this was in 2016. And I thought, yeah, what's this really going to do? I tried other supplements, I've tried things, I've tried treatments, I've tried taping, I've tried even therapy, and it just didn't fix any of it. And I thought, well, it's just a structural problem, what's it going to do? Well, I thought at the same time, what do I have to lose? So I started taking it. I started taking Joint NutriCare in 2016. And I got to tell you, after the first couple months of taking it, I didn't really think I noticed that much. It didn't really seem like it, my knee was just kind of what it was. And it was at that time, after I'd been on it for a couple months, that I ended up going to a conference for physical therapy so I could learn. We have to maintain our continuing education. And the conference was a very physical conference. It was on the introduction of martial arts and yoga movements and how you can incorporate that into your therapy practice. So we were doing a lot of kicking. We were very physical, a lot of yoga movements. And the funny thing it was a 3-day conference, and on day 2, I was in the hotel and I started walking and I squatted down. I didn't have any pain. And this was really weird. And I kind of like, wow, I didn't even think about it before. And so I kind of started challenging my knee a little bit. I kind of started trying to twist on it, squat, kneel. You know how it is. It's like, let me test this thing out. And none of it hurt. And I finished the conference and I got through it with no pain. And I should have had pain. I should have had pain on day 1. And I thought, well, there's something going on and I haven't done anything different. So what is this? And I was like, well, it's got to be this supplement, this Joint NutriCare. So anyway, when I got home, I said, let me test this out. And I stopped taking it. Guess what? My pain came back. My pain came back within a couple weeks when I stopped taking the supplement. So I knew that this supplement was working, that it was alleviating the pain, that it was giving me more motion, that it was decreasing the inflammation, that it was helping keep the cartilage healthy. And so I went back on Joint NutriCare, and now in the last year, I have actually lost more weight. I've been able to exercise. I had not been able to run for over 28 years. I had not run since I got out of the Army, clear back in 1992. And of course, from 1992 to 1999, I didn't run because I didn't want to. But, after my knee injury, I didn't run because I couldn't. I mean, it physically was too painful. That impact loading was just a killer. And I'm now running about 2.5 miles 3 times a week. And I've been doing that for almost the last year. And that has been tremendously helpful in decreasing my weight. I don't have any pain. I've been able to go hiking. I've been able to go back to biking. I've been able to go back to, it has given me my physical activity, has given me my life back to me, literally. And that's why I said I want to share with you these key nutrients that have helped me to do that. And not just me, this has helped other people as well. So what is so special about this Joint NutriCare Formula 2 that I'm talking about right now? Well, let me tell you that. First of all, this stuff is all natural, okay? None of it's artificial. None of it is just fabricated. This stuff is all natural, which means it does not come with side effects. It is not going to hurt you. And the thing that's most important, especially as being a physical therapist, is this stuff is research and evidence-based, okay? It is the supplements, the ingredients, the nutrients that go into it have all been vetted, and they all have been researched, and they all have evidence of reducing pain, reducing inflammation, increasing joint mobility, increasing and improving the viscosity of the synovial fluid. All of these things that your joints need in order for you to get your life back too, right? Because they're just going to continue to degenerate if you don't do something. And that was the track that I was on. And that's why I'm just so passionate about sharing my story with you and sharing this information with you. And then that's the other is what's so special about this supplement is the fact my own experience that has given me my life. It has given me more activity. I have been able to go for runs. I have been able to go hiking with my kids. I have been able to go biking, go snow skiing, go water. I've been able to get back into all of those things that I thought were gone for me forever. And I'm only 50 years old. So, I've still got a lot of life left to go. And now, why am I talking about this? I just mentioned it before. Listen, my passion is my mission, okay? This is my calling, and that is to end chronic pain, restore hope, and help my clients each reach for that higher level of health. You see, I'm just sick and tired of my clients and patients getting dependent on their non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, okay, or their pain pills, just so they can function in day-to-day life, okay? I have seen this over the course of my 25-year career. I have seen this happen again and again, where folks come in to see me and they can't function if they're not taking, that Aleve or that Motrin or that Celebrex, or they're not taking any of those pain pills. Like they just can't even function. They can't even get out of bed, climb stairs, walk across the living room without it. And even with the things that we show them in physical therapy, they still sometimes need those anti-inflammatories and those pain pills just to function. And I've seen this happen to folks when they have to go in for surgery. They have to stop taking their non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, and they are miserable for an entire month before their surgery because every single joint in their body is starting to hurt. And you see, no one is sharing this information with them. No one is coming out and saying, hey, listen, there's some natural supplements, there's some natural ingredients, nutrients that actually you could be taking that aren't very expensive, that don't have any after effects or any issues, and they're going to help you feel better. They're going to help your joints to be lubricated, less painful, stronger, and more movement, and you don't have to take that anti-inflammatory anymore, which isn't healthy for you, which is increasing your risk of heart attack, stroke, gastrointestinal issues. You see, we don't have health care in this country. We have sick care. And it is, we're waiting until things break and then we fix it. We're waiting until we have problems with our heart or with our blood pressure, and then we do something about it, right? I'm tired of that. I'm trying to get the message that it is preventative maintenance works. And why do you want to wait for your body to break down when in fact you can start doing things right now which are proven to not only improve what you have now, but keep it from getting worse? So, all right, that's enough of my soapbox. Let's get into Joint NutriCare Formula 2 ingredients, all right? So last time we talked about 2 ingredients, olive leaf extract and reverse vine. So in case you missed it, I really highly recommend that you go back and catch up on last week's episode called Can You Heal Your Joints Naturally? So now, the next ingredient on the list is pomegranate seed extract. Now, pomegranate seeds, these things are amazing. I mean, they have a list of health benefits that are all proven in studies, okay? In fact, in 2014, in Advanced Biomedical Research, they published this article titled The Potent Health Effects of Pomegranate. Now, pomegranate seed extract is a very powerful anti-inflammatory. It releases the enzyme that's known as COX-2. Now, some of you may know about COX-2, right? You hear about this COX-2 inhibitors, right? That's because COX-2 is an enzyme that is responsible for inflammation in the body. And so those COX-2 inhibitors that came out on the market quite a few years back, we're talking about Celebrex, Bextra, and Vioxx. Now, there are huge lawsuits regarding Bextra, and Vioxx due to the amount of deaths that were linked to taking these medications. In fact, those medications have been removed and they've been taken off. They're not even offered anymore. But those pharmaceutical companies faced huge and suffered tremendous lawsuits and big dollar settlements because they knew that these medications had these potential side effects, and they downplayed it and they hid it and they didn't let anybody know. And the thing is these medicines, yeah, they did work. They did alleviate the inflammation, but it came at a cost, okay? So now Celebrex is still available on the market, but you see all three of those medications increase the risk of heart attack, stroke, and death. And like I said, those medications did reduce the inflammation, but that came at a cost, all right? However, pomegranate seed extract, it reduces the COX-2 enzyme by 30%. So it reduces inflammation naturally without side effects or danger to your health. Now this study, it also showed that the pomegranate seed extract also preserves the cartilage cells by reducing, and I'm going to get a little technical here with you, it reduces the production of nitric oxide and also what is called prostaglandin E2. Now, it reduced the production of those two by 70%. Now, the production of nitric oxide and the prostaglandin E2, that actually causes cartilage to degenerate. So not only does pomegranate seed extract reduce the inflammation and preserve the health of the cartilage, get this, it also was shown to have anti-cancer properties. In studies, it showed that it inhibited the growth of breast cancer cells. And now get this, it even stimulated the programmed death of breast cancer cells. How about that, you know? I mean, pomegranate seed oil also contains punicic acid, which has been shown to inhibit that breast cancer proliferation. And further research also suggests that pomegranate juice may slow the growth of prostate cancer in men. So you guys out there, this stuff's good for you too. Not only does this pomegranate extract reduce inflammation, preserve the life of cartilage cells, prevent cancer, but it also lowers blood pressure and decreases the risk of cardiovascular disease. Now, can your Celebrex do that? No, it actually increases your risk of cardiovascular disease, heart attack, stroke, and death. Pomegranate seed extract does this all naturally without any side effects. You see, nature can provide the nutrients that we need to heal and to stay that way. By the way, speaking of healing naturally, if you're experiencing back pain or hip pain that is just getting in the way of your life, you have to check out our back pain breakthrough session. In this session, you're going to find out what the root cause of your problem is. You're going to get treatment and you're going to feel better immediately. All you got to do is just click on the link in the show notes and take that first step at getting your life back. So until next time, power your life and keep moving forward.